Okay. All right. So, Mike, why don't we just start off by talking about what your needs are and what this project is. Kind of, if you could give me sort of a little bit about you, about the organization, and then we can do a brief from there.
Sure. So my name is Mike Ivanov. I'm a software developer in here in San Jose, and I joined this nonprofit about a year ago to redo the website and add some features. And the organization is called Taji 100, and
Mm-hmm.
it's focused on this month-long challenge during the month of February every year, where um, we challenge people to run 100 miles, or run, walk, or hike 100 miles during the month of February,
Mm-hmm.
with the goal of promoting health and fitness, as well as raising money for military-related charities. And
Okay.
this the way this started was at an army base in Iraq to promote the health and fitness of the troops. I think an army captain organized this kind of challenge race, and it was a big success. And then when one of those guys came back here, he wanted to continue, and that's our executive director now.
Okay.
So yeah, so it attracts tons of people. Last year we had about 800 odd people actually finish the challenge and complete 100 miles.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, so I guess our goals up until before last year, before I came on board, the website was kind of cobbled together from different pieces of like WordPress with some custom forms added. So uh, we wanted to kind of simplify that and make it more maintainable and be able to add features.
Okay.
So, so that was my focus last year, was kind of transitioning from a WordPress based site to something a little more manageable uh, with a lot of custom code. And this year I'm hoping to, and last year I kind of bit off a lot more than I could chew. This is kind of, I'm doing this in my spare time. Um, So this year I'm hoping to streamline it a lot and uh, make it more like the experience more like an app that you use rather than a website with some features tacked onto it.
Okay. More like an app with other features tacked onto it. Okay. Okay. Why don't we um, look at what you have now, and then maybe you could talk me through the kinds of changes um, in terms of features. So I'm taking notes here. That's what I'm just kind of started a project.
I've lost your video. It's kind of been frozen.
Oh, really? Probably because I'm recording. Let me just stop and start.
There it is. Okay.
Is that better? Okay. All right. So would you be willing to sort of share your screen and then walk me through the website?
Yes.
Is that a good approach, or do you think are you thinking of using that as a reference for what we're going to wireframe today?
I think that, yeah, I think we should use that as a reference. Uh,
Okay.
so yeah, I can present and show you what we have now.
Okay, and then I'll try to take notes along the way, just to, if you could, think about walking through the site and calling out the kinds of ideas that you have
Okay.
for goals with
Yeah.
whatever we're redoing or redesigning.
Sure. Okay. So this is our site, and it's kind of just a very basic homepage.
Mhm.
Um, and so I think right now the site is really geared toward presenting some information um, about the organization and this race. And I want it to be more about, this is one view of it for someone who's not even signed up. But once a person signs up, I really want to make that experience more. customized and more engaging rather than, you already know what the race is about at that point.
Right.
So, so to that end, we have some like informational pages here about the race and all the background information. I think I want to try to push this stuff kind of into the background.
Okay.
And before you sign up, this is important, but after you sign up, you pretty much know. So one challenge right now is that because we're not in February, a lot of the features are turned off, and I haven't, I don't have a development site up right now.
Okay.
To show you those, but we can look at some other things. So basically, once you're signed up, you get an extra button here that says like enter distance.
Okay.
And it's basically a form to submit, which day you ran and how long, what your mileage was and how long it took you. And based on that, we can calculate your pace and we can keep this leaderboard. So the leaderboard is probably, during the month of February, is probably the most visited page.
Okay.
Where you can, this is last year's leaderboard. And it basically ranks everyone who's participating and gives you, it gives you the total miles that they ran, their pace, where they're from, and lets you filter, by age bracket. Let's say this is my age bracket, and you can see how well you did, and you can search for your name. And so yeah, there's me, 51. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
looks like a typical race leaderboard.
yeah.
After runs. Okay.
Yeah, so I think this is almost good. I think there's no real problems with this. But the way that you kind of get into here is you probably open up the website on your phone, and then you have to find where the button is to enter your time, because you're still looking at the homepage at that point.
I have a question about that entering. So if you're signed in and this is the start, or this is the start of February, are you entering each run, or is it you're entering the sum of all of your runs?
So yeah, we encourage you to enter each run.
Okay.
With the idea that we can show your pace and your
Yeah.
standard for each run. And we also have, last year we introduced the concept of achievement badges.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so what I can show you. So because I kind of developed this like on the go, almost like I would do a little bit of development and then show it to people, and then they'd say, oh yeah, this is really cool, let's go in this direction. It kind of got better as I went along, but I think I wasted a lot of time not wireframing things initially. This is like the reason that I was looking at Balsamiq in the first place. It was, I feel like I'm wasting a lot of time jumping straight to developing and designing something rather than taking a more of a 30,000 foot view first.
Okay.
But one of the things I developed later on was this concept of like a profile page. So if you click on someone's name, you get to see like how they're doing. So this is after I've already finished, so you can see like how long I ran.
Mm-hmm.
The achievements and the distance log of every single run, as well as being able to sponsor a person. And what I would like is for this to almost be the primary kind of way that a person sees the website when they're a participant.
Got it. Okay.
And another thing that I maybe shows my age and my bias is that I was totally not expecting this, but probably 60 to 80% of people are using this on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
And that just totally overwhelms me sometimes if I have to try to fit a bunch of information and onto a smaller size screen, just because of my background.
Okay.
So this is like the core of the site. There's a bunch of other information pages, but yeah, this is definitely the core of it.
Okay. Is this what we're focusing on then at this point and for this session? Because we have an hour. We should think about. Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be good to focus on making. I think something that feels like this page but has more action things that you can do would be good, because I'm gonna be adding more badges and more things that you can do, more things with fundraising.
Okay. And the sponsors, the sponsor Michael button, does this go to something within your site?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, this is just like a form.
Okay. Is there a transaction there?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we just have to. We're not redesigning anything there. You're mainly concerned about that the profile page and sort of thinking through the entry points once you're signed in, and maybe reorganizing the information architecture a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the things that I wanted to add were maybe some visualizations of how you're doing, maybe kind of a custom leaderboard for people that that you're kind of following, and yeah, those are just a couple of things.
So that would mean having some sort of function to follow people, and
yeah, that's how I was thinking of it.
And then there would be some sort of would it be like a feed, or is it just a separation in the leaderboard of people you follow, so that you can filter the leaderboard, or
either a separate leaderboard for people you follow, or being able to filter the leaderboard by people you follow.
Okay. Because that can be done, I guess, a couple of different ways depending on how you think it might be most useful to the person, if they want to see it all mixed together, or if from the developer standpoint you think it's just like little notification, kind of like what you see in Strava or something, where you see that somebody completed a run and they're now up to 60 miles. The simplest implementation is with the leaderboard, but then you might want to do it more ambitiously.
Yeah, actually, that would be really interesting and engaging, I think, if you got notifications. That's something I can definitely do.
Yeah, I mean, since you're the developer, I mean, it depends on what you want to.
Yeah, I think I would think of that as a separable kind of layer.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Notifications would be great.
Right. So what else do you want to cover with this work, or what parts did you feel like a big need to wireframe that are like upcoming work that you're going to be doing?
I think what I need to wireframe is the main thing you see when you log in. Okay. So let's say it's February 1st, and you log in.
Your profile. So this new profile view that you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know if I think that would make sense, because you have some tasks basically that you want to do every day, or every couple of days in the month of February. And right now, that involves a couple of different clicks, and it never really feels like you're, using an app. It's more like you're submitting forms to a website.
Right. And we want this to be like a mobile first type of.
I guess that would be another goal is to make it a mobile first rather than, oh, it happens to work on mobile because I use Bootstrap.
Okay. So we just want to be able to figure out where things where the breakpoints work and how to lay it out for a smaller screen.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there anything more that you think you want to cover in this session?
I think that would be a lot if we can cover this.
Okay.